so I have my wig cap on just so I don't have to worry about it. I just stuffed my hair up in there. So we're gonna get started on this. I'm gonna be using some Elmer's glue for my eyebrows, and I'm just gonna do the very ends of them just because my eyebrows are gonna kind of go up instead of down. So I'm just going to layer this on. While that dries, I'm going to put foundation on my face. I'm gonna go with something that's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. So that glue's still drying right here, so I'm not gonna do anything there yet. But I'm just gonna add this, and I kind of want this to be a little bit thick so that it almost makes my skin look fake. So I'm gonna add a little bit more just to put a second layer. So then I'll blend that in again. And look pretty good. I'm gonna add one more layer on them. Oh, that should be good. So while that's sitting, I'm just going to set the bottom half of my face, and I'm going to be using, I don't really have any special FX makeup, but I'm gonna be using this Fit Me powder. But yeah, I don't have any special FX makeup. I just kind of use like what I go with. Oh wait, we need to do concealer. I just kind of go with what I do have. I want to get an FX kit, but I don't know which one to get. There's so many different kinds of them, different types of brands, stuff like that. So I'm just going to blend this out. So it's almost like doing regular makeup, but I'm gonna blow out this highlight, this concealer to highlight everything pretty heavily, so that way it makes my features stand out more that I want. And then with my under eyes, I'm gonna use this NYX HD finishing powder from NYX, and I'm going to set my under eyes with that just because it's a lot more whiter than my Fit Me powder. And I'm just going to make sure it's not creased under here, and then go in and set it with that just so that my under eye is really, really bright. So just a quick disclaimer, I by any means am not going to storm Area 51. I don't advise, I don't promote, I don't, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, don't go to Area 51 and storm it. That's a big no-no. It's a big military base. If you don't want to get shot up, don't go. It started out as a joke, and there's some people who really took it and ran with it, and I really hope it doesn't happen, just because if there is something in there, it's obviously a secret to the rest of the world for a reason. So I'm just doing this makeup tutorial is as in, I don't want to say as in honor of this whole joke thing, but I thought it'd be pretty cool. And not only are you guys going to get a tutorial / makeup look out of this, the next video that I'm going to be posting after this one is going to be a prank video with this makeup on. So if you don't want to miss that, make sure you subscribe, because that one's going to be a good one. I'm pretty hyped for it, and I might have to take a couple shots after this just to hype myself up so that I can go out and do crazy stuff. I'm going to be planning on going through drive-thrus. I might go in to Walmart. I'm not too sure yet. I'm just gonna be crazy, and my cousin's coming along with me to do this with me since nobody else wanted to. Everybody was scared of, I guess, either what people would think of them, or just because they're party poopers and they don't want to have fun. So her look might not be the same. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do for her alien look yet, but she is gonna be in alien attire, so that way we can go and storm some drive-thrus. I'm gonna put one more layer just to cover it up. Kind of let that sit for a minute while I do my eyelids. I'm gonna conceal these as well, and just gonna conceal my eyelid, kind of get rid of everything and kind of make everything look like one tone except for my eyes and under eyes and stuff like that, because like I said, I want those to really stand out and be very white looking, to kind of just make, because I'm not using prosthetics for this. I thought about using prosthetics for it, but the prosthetics I came across on Amazon I just was not digging, so I just figured let's just wing it and we'll save the prosthetics for Halloween, because I'm planning on doing a whole Halloween series of Halloween makeup, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I hope you guys like this video so far. I'm just trying to like slap this stuff on so I can get to the other stuff, because this stuff isn't really that important. So I'm just putting on and making everything an even base, and I'm just trying to put everything, powder it up so nothing creases. So I'm going to use this pomade that I have, and it is the Ulta Beauty Brow Pomade. And I'm just going to be using that on a brush, and I'm just going to basically draw my eyebrows in a shape upwards. So I'm just going to take some concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm just going to carve this out. Now that I have my eyebrows filled, they look a little funky here, but I'm going to set them with some eyeshadow. So, and I'm going to kind of go with like a really dark brown color, not black, but almost black. I'm going to use this all-nighter color from this Pretty Vulgar palette, and I'm just going to use that same brush that I used to put them on with the pomade, and I'm just going to go in and basically just go over everything that I just did and set everything, so it kind of makes it a little darker and it doesn't move on me if I accidentally touch it. I kind of feel like an angry bird. The angry bird with the really bushy, crazy eyebrows.
What?
I feel like I look like that. Alright, now we're done with the eyebrows. This looks really crazy. Okay, so I'm gonna do my forehead kind of like in a weird shape to kind of make it look funny a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a black, this is backwards, pebble, if I have it right. And I'm gonna be mainly using this palette, and it's the 35B Morphe palette, and I'm just going to use this color here to do that. Create a shape downward like this. So it almost makes like, I'm gonna highlight the crap out of this area here, so it makes my forehead is like protruding, is that the right word I'm thinking? Like bigger here, so it almost looks like I have all the knowledge in the world. And I'm just gonna rough draft it right now. And I don't want it to be too drawn in the middle here. It's gonna be more blended. I'm just gonna take like a more precise blending brush and just kind of blend along this line right here, and just kind of blend it a little to kind of give it a shape. And I don't want it to look like it's drawn on. I almost want it to look like it's my real face if I was an alien. Now I'm going to take another blending brush and just kind of go through this really quickly to lighten it just a tad. Now that I have that part, I'm going to go in with some green. Get in this color right here in the palette, this really green color, and just kind of push it up against this color here. Now next onto the eyes. So I'm going to do really freaking dramatic with my eyes. I'm going to go in with that same green that we used here, and I'm going to use that one as well as some black. So our color palette for this like makeup look is just basically like black and green, and that's it. and a lot of highlight. So I'm gonna go in with my pencil brush, and I'm just gonna go in with the green first, and I'm just gonna kind of mock the direction of my, like the way my eyebrows are going in. And I'm just going to add this in like so, and just kind of like give me a shape first. I'm gonna go in here and get some of this green from the James Charles palette and just kind of use it to kind of pop everything a little bit more, because the green in his palette pops a little bit more than this one. This one's a little dull. I need something with a little brightness in it. And if you're wondering what that is right there, it's my wig. So I'm gonna take that same green to pop this here just because I didn't use it here. And I don't want it to look like I have a bunch of different green colors on my face. Okay, so now I have that shape, and I'm just going to take this Wet n Wild paint pot. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now I'm going to add a little bit of eyeshadow in my crease area to just kind of give it some dimension here, because I'm gonna have blackout contacts, which we're gonna put on next. But I need to kind of make my eyes look dark in this area, because I don't want them, I want more dark here. If that makes sense. I don't know what else to say. I just want more dark here. But really though, for the people who actually are trying to go and do this, which I think you shouldn't go and raid Area 51, what are you gonna do when you find, if you find out that something's out there in the desert, in a military base camp, that you will not be able to comprehend? Like, what if there really is? Like, just to like throw that out there. You know, it's not about all clapping cheeks and taking an alien home, or freaking finding a damn microwave that actually heats the food and not the bowl. Like, what are you actually gonna do? You know, people, I don't think people are really looking at the reality that if they were to do something this big, not only are you just trying to find out the gossip, the 411, the tea, but what are you gonna do if there really is something in there and you put all of humanity at risk? I know some people are gonna be like, I don't give a shit. But seriously, you're putting all humanity at risk if there was a possibility that something is in there. I don't think people understand or comprehend that yet, and I think it's going to be too late. God forbid if they do this. It's going to be too late by the time they figure that out. Okay, so now I'm just going to get some concealer, and I'm going to clean up the edges to make these areas here a little bit sharper, just because I got a little messy right in this area. So I'm just gonna set all this and kind of like bake it in a sense, so that way it gets brighter and I don't get any more mess on it. But before we move forward, I'm going to add in my contacts. Ooh, got it in. Got it in. So I'm going to move on for my eyes, just because they keep watering. My eyes are trying to adjust to that. We're going to move on to my cheekbones. This same brush that we started off when we first started this area, right in here, along our cheekbones and down. So I like that so far. Try not to mess with it too much, just because I don't want it to look bad. So then I'm going to take that green from the green James Charles palette and just kind of blend this a little. Okay, now I'm going to move on to underneath my eyes really quickly. And I think I'm going to start with the green. And I'm just going to blow my lower lash line out with green. And then I'm just going to take this that I kind of set my under eyes with and just kind of blend that a little bit. And then I'm going to do my nose now. I'm going to take a little bit of black and just kind of lightly put it on there. I don't want to go too ham on the black on my nose, just because I don't want it to become a big hot mess. And I'm just going to blend it. And I'm going to blend it right up underneath my eyebrow right here, just to kind of add a little bit of dimension in here, just because with all of this black and green, mainly the black, I'm just trying to add some shadow to my face to make my face not look like a normal face, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to get some of the same green in the James Charles palette that we've been using and just do it on the side a little bit, because everywhere that I do put the black, I want to accent it with that green and shade it with that green, just so that way, for one, it's not that harsh, and two, aliens are green, right? Like, you want it to look like your skin. And I'm just using my finger so I can get right up in there. And then I'm going to bring it together here, down in the front, and just kind of like blend it almost, a little bit around my nose. And then I'm going to take a massive highlighter, and I'm just going to lighten up the middle of my nose here. Just to make it stand out a little bit. And then I'm going to take the green from this Morphe 35M, yeah, 35M palette, and kind of make it a little green here in the middle. So you're done with that. Now we need to highlight the crap out of this here. And I'm just going to highlight the crap out of my face. And once I've set my face with setting spray, I'm going to go over it again in these areas, just because they need to be popping. So I mix a little bit of that highlight that I put on my face and a little bit of the green, and I'm just going to go around my lips very lightly, not so much to try to make a green mustache, but enough to do around my lips. Kind of like you're shadowing your lips a little. I'm going to take this brush here, dip it in that green, and just kind of contour around here. I'm just trying to get this done because I'm waiting for the lashes to put on last, just because my eyes are okay right now and I don't want to irritate them too much right now, because I'm not trying to get my eyes to go crazy and start watering. Okay, so next I'm going to move on to my neck. I'm going to kind of find like my, not my Adam's apple, but what do you call it? Not your spine, but like your neck thing here. And I'm just going to accentuate that as well once I find my freaking brushes I've been using, because they just seem to be disappearing from my life. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm going to take that black again, tap it out because I don't want too much. And I'm just going to kind of trace in there where I would have that esophagus. Is that maybe what I'm trying to trace? I don't know. And then just tracing in here. There we go. And I'm looking at a mirror on the side of me, so that's why I'm not looking at the camera anymore, because I've been trying to use this camera as the mirror, and it's not working, so I can't really see very much, but yeah. So then we're going to take that brush again, and we're just going to kind of color in here, and go in and just kind of go over all that. And then I'm going to go in again with the black. Okay, now back to the under eyes, and let's get the lips and the eyelashes on, and we will be close to done. So now I'm just going to take some black and put it underneath my lash line and just kind of like match it up to this eyeshadow wing that we got going on over here. And there we go. Now it's coming together. I'm just going to go in and touch up everything before we kind of move on to my eyelashes. Looking at it close up and everything, and deepening anything that needs to be deepened. And I'm going to be using these Lashaholic Luxury Lashes, and they are an Insta Glam. They're pretty dramatic, so I'm hoping you could see them with this look on. Now that I put those lashes on, I almost feel like I can't even see 100 times more now. And then I'm looking at my eyelashes now. I think I'm just going to add some mascara to these to kind of like make them look more dramatic and longer. This stuff is waterproof mascara, and it's Essence I Love Extreme Volume Mascara. I mean, seriously, that's extreme. So now I'm just going to put this stuff on my lips. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Paint Pot, same thing as the white one, and just filling my lips in since I don't have any black lipstick. And then now that I have that on my lips, I'm just going to set it with a black eyeshadow just because it's a paint pot. It's kind of oily and I don't want it to move around. So I'm going to blend out this bottom part, or around my lip line, just because I want it to look a bit more grunged out, not so perfect. And I'm just going to be using that brush that I used to apply the paint pot and then some black eyeshadow. Okay, I'm going to put my wig on and I'll be right back. I kind of want to add some more depth in here. I probably will. Let's do that. So I'm going to mix the green and the black together and just kind of, yeah. There we go. I like that a lot better. I should probably take it down here. Let's see. I don't want to do too much. Alright, you guys, this is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to stay tuned for the prank video that's going to be posted after this video. Be sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification, and be sure to stay tuned for my other videos, and we'll see you next time.